streaming.
Malay, the Hague,
We'll stream.
So, no more picking my nose? Is that what you're saying?
We are broadcasting.
Mobay.
So we just need Andrea and Elizabeth, and I'll get, welcome anybody who's watching us on the live stream. This is one of our Tuesday night readings. I'm Rose Dewsbury. I'm the artistic director here at New Musicals, Inc. And this is going to be a reading of the newest draft of A Tiny Little Sky by Anton Chesnokov. As with all of our Tuesday night readings, this group has had the opportunity to have two very quick rehearsals in order to present this for you. We ask you to use your imaginations to imagine this show when it happens on stage with all the bells and whistles, but we want to give you an idea of it. I've given pieces of paper here that say who everyone is because almost everyone is playing two characters, so let me just go through that quickly. So at the end there we have Elizabeth, who is playing Johanna, the wife of Theo Van Gogh, and is also playing a minor, and Harry White, who's playing Theo, Vincent's brother, and Elliot White, who's playing Vincent Van Gogh, and then Judy Domroy, who is playing Madame Vanderbroek, who lives in the town of Bornage and also is a minor, and her daughter Michelle, played by Ali Costa. At the other end, we have Vincent and Theo's mother, Andrea. Andrea Press is playing their mother and also a minor, and Scott Guy is playing their father and also a minor. Marcello Padilla is playing Jean, who is a student at the seminary with Vincent, and he's also a minor. And Randall Miles is playing Father Thomas, who is the teacher at the seminary and is also a minor. Let me just tell you, A Tiny Little Sky.
And who's that fellow to your left?
Oh, and then our fabulous, he's not on camera. He's not on camera, but you will be hearing him all evening, the incredible Ron Barnett. We don't have anyone to run camera for us, so here we go. But Ron Barnett on the piano, yay! Oh, and then I'm reading stage directions to tell you where we are in each scene, and I'm also briefly playing the characters of the customer near the top at the art shop that Vincent and Theo work in, and the supervisor of the mind, so you'll see when I pop up for those. A Tiny Little Sky has book music and lyrics by Anton Chesnokov. The time is 1880. The place, we alternate between Etten in the Netherlands and the Borinage in Belgium. We begin Act 1, Scene 1 in Theo's office in Etten. Johanna stays near a table, picking paintings and looking at them when Theo enters.
I've got good and bad news. The bad news is that all museums rejected our request.
Oh, and the good news?
We can organize an exhibition in our flat, right here.
Oh, but okay.
We'll hang his late masterpieces in the living room. The Hague period may go to the kitchen. The bedroom is for the Borinage. Did you manage to look at them all?
Oh, no, you just look at the pile.
I know. There are tons of them. We'll have to narrow the list to maybe 20 or 30 of them, but hell, how? Sunflowers.
I like it.
Starry night.
Definitely.
Shoes.
Oh, well.
Another time.
Another time.
But it will be worth thousands, mark my words. Sunflowers.
Again.
I kind of like both.
I like this one. Wow, very different in style.
Oh, yes. Potato Eaters. It was created after he spent a year in the Borinage. It might seem dark and depressive, but so was the life of those miners. A bedroom exhibit.
Which miners?
Vincent used to be a preacher in a previous life.
What? I didn't know that.
10 years ago. He preferred not to bring that up.
So he created all these paintings in 10 years? But it's...
I know. A painting each 36 hours on average. But 10 years ago, he was studying theology. That's a fascinating story, my dear. Get a coffee or tea, or better both. This will take us a while. Look at this pile, it's all letters, 800 or so. In addition, we own his legacy. That will shake up some rules. Cynics and fools will be dreamers, I know time will show. It's a shame he will never share the celebration with us.
Well, he made his choice.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Stop feeling guilty, okay?
I will never believe my brother did that.
But who otherwise, Theo?
An accident, obviously. The boys and their gun, you know. The investigation is still on. You'll see.
That doesn't make any sense. He wrote you a suicide letter. He was suffering. He was mentally unwell.
A drawback of being good, you're always misunderstood. People mix up altruism and madness. But haters will soon repent and understand what he meant. Will that joy redeem my deepest sadness?
I'm sorry. Please go on.
So he lived like a pariah, though in some ways a messiah. In the Borinage they call him so. Anyway, he wasn't just a painter at that time, not a painter at all.
Lights down on Johanna and Theo, and up on Vincent and Father Thomas.
What is that, Vincent? What are you doing in class? Do you think you're prepared for the midterm exam? Vincent, I tried to bear with you, but you never listen. Surely you know that you were accepted per your father's request, so you'd better behave some order and discipline.
But Father Thomas.
I'll accept no excuse.
Yes, Father Thomas. Sure. Some order and discipline.
Lights out on Father Thomas and back up on Theo.
We all know that there's no deal. It's Vincent's Achilles heel. He had neither discipline nor order. Don't try to tell him off, 'cause he's gonna piss you off. As a student, he's imprudent, and it drove them mad. So it was quite hard to like him. If you're a pastor like our dad.
Enter Father and Mother.
Mom? Dad?
Vincent, my dear, we're waiting for you to have lunch together.
I don't have time for lunch, I'm afraid. Off to the shop.
Vincent, today I spoke to Father Thomas. He was surprised I didn't know. You're as late, you fail at assignments. Your average grade is way too low.
But-
you surely know that this is the third time you seek to gain this damn degree. Mistakes were made, attempts were exhausted. You're 26, who will you be?
May I protest, is that the program has been designed to disappoint? Why learn by heart each line of scripture? It's them, not me, who missed the point.
You watch your tongue, be more respectful. Here's my advice you'd better heed.
Your father's right, they do know better. They're mostly twice your age indeed.
Much better.
Are you prepared for the midterm, Vincent?
I'll have the books with me in the shop. Don't worry, I won't let you down.
One more thing. What is that?
It's a sketch.
I see it's a sketch. Father Thomas gave it to me.
I know it's not perfect. I'm not a painter. But try to look closer behind these irregular lines, and you'll see a lot. If I were like Rembrandt.
But it's clear you're not. Vincent. I'm asking you why you do this in class instead of studying. Don't you ever embarrass me again. Off you go.
Don't be so pretentious, Theodorus. I used to draw, and it could be a rewarding
You know when you have
process.
some really important things to do.
Usually I was in charge of the art shop, but one day I had to be out of town, and I asked Vincent to replace me.
The set changes to an art shop where Vincent enters. He stands by the cash desk and reads the Bible.
The end is now upon you, and I will unleash my anger against you. I will judge you according to your conduct and repay you for all your detestable practices.
A customer enters.
Madam, are you looking for Theo? He's on a business trip. Vincent Van Gogh at your service.
Oh, nice to meet you, Vincent.
How can I help?
I'm here to buy a painting for our guest chamber. Actually, I come for a particular piece. That one.
Oh, you must be kidding, ma'am. There's nothing beyond its veneer.
Well, it's charming. That's more than we need for our guest chamber.
Ma'am, you should take a look. It's worth your attention. The author's not famous, and that's why it's cheap, but it's clear. It's more than a guest chamber souvenir.
Ugh, disgusting.
It's by a very promising French artist, ma'am.
No, give me that one, please. How much
Look, ma'am. Give me another try. I think I have found one that suits all your needs. Millet with his gleaners, a peasant who plows, De La Rouche with his portraits, or Anton Mauvais with his cows.
All right, I got it. You're looking to get rid of the worst-selling products.
No.
No worries at all. I'll check on another shop. All the very best.
When I asked Vincent why the painting that Madame Bloch was expected to buy was still in the shop, what do you think he said?
I can't sell this trash, Theo. I can't. Why would I? We're trying to move art forward, aren't we?
I tried to explain that it's just business, but he was relentless.
But look at that piece of shit. Every idiot could draw this.
But why was he studying theology then?
Vincent?
A bunch of exams to pass, to sit through a Sunday mass. I am on my way to my degree. It's easier to be you, but I've got some work to do. I wasn't given parents' love for free.
Oh, don't be silly.
No, you don't be silly. You know I'm right. I'm off. The midterm tomorrow.
But his heart was slowly burning with a deep, wholehearted yearning for a secret world that he desired to know. No one thought he could become a painter, but the stars decided so.
Scene 2, a missionary school. Father Thomas and Jean are waiting for Vincent in the classroom.
Where's that damn Van Gogh? Can't believe he's still among the students. To be honest, the house of God is something you respect.
Respect and worship.
But running late for every single class,
Moreover, on exam.
it's not what any parish would expect.
Never.
Jean, do you think I could be more direct?
Absolutely.
Vincent is the reason for my worries. To be honest, God knows I'm not someone who would sneer.
Of course you wouldn't.
But what's the point in writing your own prayers?
Is he the smartest?
Hasn't Jesus made them sharp and clear? John, do you think I could be more sincere?
For sure.
This is not to say I can't excuse him, to be honest. Life is hard, we all could lose the trail.
Nobody's perfect.
But drawing you and me, that was too much.
No way.
With me, he even went into detail. Jean, is there something that Vincent wouldn't fail? I'm giving him one final chance.
Here he comes.
I must apologize.
Yes, you must.
Shall we proceed with the exams?
Certainly. Vincent, do us a favor. Say a prayer as you would do to begin your sermon.
Life is obscure, it's vague, it's complex. There is no black, no entirely white. There's neither endless light nor a starless night, so we can find our way.
What the?
God doesn't place an obligation. We may get help, but still completely free. This is my humble plea. God, please let us be better than we are today.
Enough! What is this nonsense, Vincent? Endless lights, starless nights?
You'll see, just let me finish.
No, that's enough. We will now proceed to scripture knowledge. First question, how many chapters are in the Gospel of Matthew?
28.
Second question, the Gospel of Luke, 6:37.
Do not judge and you will not be judged, and do not condemn and you will not be condemned.
Is that correct?
Oh, yes, you picked one of my favorites.
Well. How many lashes did Jesus receive before the crucifixion?
Well, is that really indicated in the Bible?
Of course. Am I right, John?
Obviously.
I'm sorry, but
He is sorry.
So, what's the correct answer?
Vincent, is another time you're failing.
We stopped counting.
We were trying to teach, but you rebelled.
God knows we're trying.
You're the only one you listen to. It's our joint decision. You're expelled.
What?
John, any questions to the examinee?
Father Thomas, please, listen to me.
Don't make me raise my voice at you. There's nothing more to say or do. You hate me, but at least respect your father. I know he wants you to be here, but it's not the place for you. You'll thank me one day.
All the very best.
Father Thomas.
Vincent, go home.
Please, Father Thomas, listen to me.
You want everybody to listen to you only.
Put me on a mission. Try me.
I've already assigned you to one. Your mission is your home.
No, Father Thomas, you're mistaken. I've been living for all my life without a clue who I am, not knowing what I am for. There is nothing worse than feeling like you're worthless. This made me hate myself more. Now at last I have found my way, and I'll never back down. I'm not failing again. There's a multitude of words left unspoken, and now it's a matter of when. Have mercy, Father Thomas. I'll make it right, I promise. I know deep in your brain you got a kindness chromosome. Look, the world is big enough, and somewhere life is really tough. I'll go there. Anywhere but home.
How can I put you out on a mission? You're scatterbrained. Last month you suggested I hang paintings in the church.
I just cannot go home like this and admit that my plan is getting so out of hand. Find a place for me where no one dares to go to, a place of the lowest demand. Have mercy, Father Thomas. I'll make it right, I promise. I'll learn by heart each line of scripture. That's a heavy tome. Look, there can't be any doubt. Take the map and point it out. I'll go there. Anywhere, anywhere but home.
All right. There's a small coal mining town in the Borinage, Belgium. Those miners live in desolation. They completely lost their faith. They locked the doors of the chapel.
I'll do it.
I haven't offered you anything.
Try me.
There is no chance you'll convince them. No one could. They are very stubborn miners.
Trust me.
Only because I know your father. May God be with you.
Father Thomas? So, how many lashes?
A lot.
Last chance to prove me right. Why wait? I'll go tonight. I'll go there. I'll go there.
The Borinage. Enter Madame Vanderbroek, Michelle, and the miners. They stand in line with their trolleys full of coal in order to exchange it for money. The supervisor enters. Line up, everybody! I'll count your coal.
We don't dream. We don't laugh.
Indeed, it's not that funny.
Being part of a coal mine staff. We measure a life in tons of coal. The dust in our lungs could fill up a bowl.
And in fact, we've got one shared epitaph.
Another coal miner. You'll enjoy every feather in your pillows.
After hours in the dark, 200 kilos.
And a family supper lightened by a single match.
The night goes by so fast, and the new dawn calls to start a day from scratch.
1.5.
Doesn't matter if your palm is one big blister.
When you've got a hungry son,
Or dying sister. Oh.
Then you go and you will work.
you will work from dawn to sunset.
But one day we'll find some gold.
Every day the dice is rolled.
And we'll never hear the sound
Of a battle with the ground.
Is that cold?
We don't
don't
live.
We don't die. We're somewhere in the middle, and the devil lives nearby.
Every meal every day is just a whim. You eat when your trolley is filled to the brim.
And in fact, we all have stopped exploring why.
10 sous.
Oh.
Tatsu!
Look, your coal is mostly bad. I can't take it. The rest weighs 100 kilos, 10 sous.
What will I eat today? What will my son eat today?
And Jesus spent 40 days without any food. Take your money or you'll eat your coal.
You'll enjoy every single raw potato.
If you're lucky, you may get a small tomato.
And a family supper lightened by a single match.
But the night goes by so fast, and the new dawn calls to start a day from scratch.
Doesn't matter if your legs are barely moving. You just get up and go see.
How they're improving.
'Cause you have to go and work.
We will work from dawn to sunset.
But one day we'll find some gold.
We'll be rich when we grow old.
Look at that! Look at that! What I've.
My prophet holds up a small gold piece.
No, that's somebody's tooth.
It's a battle with the ground.
Everybody heard the news? A new pastor has arrived.
Not again. I despise them.
What have they done to you? I despise them, I do. One of them tried to seduce my daughter.
Well, one of them tried to seduce my husband. And succeeded.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. What's your bet? 15 sous that he runs away before Christmas. Not even a bet. 30 sous that next month you'll only see a clean blare of heel. Yeah, well, I'll take that. Let's see who he is.
Anyway, try not to drive him to suicide this time.
Unlike the previous one.
Another year, another preacher. They come and go. They live in winter. They can't bear the frost. They can't bear this hell. They care about their heavens. We don't need no preacher. We don't need no teacher. We know how to live. We know how to die. We know how to live. We know how to die. We don't need no preacher.
Glory, Christians, by your left and by your right side, God abides. Where helplessly I lose my way or suffer sorely, God is there. Where dear friends' hands in vain reach out to help me, God is there.
We heard this a million times.
Oh, way!
Thank you. Life is obscure, it's vague, it's complex. There is no black, no entirely white. There's neither endless light nor a starless night, so we can find our way. God doesn't place an obligation help, but still completely free. This is my humble plea. God, please let us be better than we are today. Each day, evil and goodness fight the endless battle in our hearts. When you believe you can almost reach the sky, faith can give you wings and you will fly until the end of time. There is no light without its darkness. There is no good without its bad. But tomorrow any of us can be, if we choose to be, better than we are today.
Yeah, we already heard it.
I know what you think, and I understand you. I'm going to help you, I promise. That would be generous of you to just give me a chance.
Help us?
Have you brought any bread so you can feed us?
Otherwise it's only death
where you will lead us.
And don't waste our time if you can't heal our aching bones.
Our aching bones.
For the day will start anew.
And the day will call to you
1,000 stones.
Don't pretend that you can get our situation. You give off a full of stomach reputation.
Cut to sleep and we will work. Good for you, enjoy your pillows. So you know you have to strive to get out of here alive.
You're in hell, just look around.
And just battle with the ground.
Miners exit. Vincent sits alone, sits down and begins to write a letter.
Dear Theo, I've never felt so dejected. Who could know it would be so hard? Their life is a pick and coal, no place for God or soul. They know what life can be. How can I teach them?
Dear Vincent, all these years that I've known you, you've always been kind, so noble and honest, it's so hard to find. You've set an example how good we could be. You've been a role model to me. You're my personal lighthouse, a symbol of hope. Unlock all your talents and give yourself scope to rescue the hopeless and give them the key. Just think what they need to be free. It's not their fault that their world inside is broken. They're not to blame for being trapped inside the gloom. You can shine a light, break the chains of this endless nightmare. You go and warm their hearts. It's not really a burden, you're granted a chance. The place is not Eden, it's clear at a glance. Don't limit yourself to God bless you, amen. You'll succeed when they're happy again. The world isn't perfect, it's got to evolve. The end of injustice is just when you solve this damn equation of the light and the dark. The fire can't start with no spark. It's not their fault that the world outside is frightful. They're not to blame for being born for hewing stones. You can shine a light, break the spell that the devil put on them. You go and warm their hearts. They live beyond the verge of mere subsistence. in an everyday distress. Get under their skin, reduce the distance to turn their no to yes. They don't need your lessons, but nevertheless, they need something more, or else.
My helping hand.
Good guess, and not necessarily in church. It's not your fault that their poverty is dire. You're not to blame for those conditions they live in. But you must shine a light, be their guide and show the way to go, and they will go with you.
With me?
With you who warmed their hearts. Love, Theo.
The Boronage, inside the mine. The mine has 2 levels. Miners work on both levels. Enter Vincent. He writes something down in his book. Madame Vanderbroek approaches him from behind, pushing the trolley along the rail.
Your Eminence.
Oh, good morning, madam. I came here to see how the mine works, and maybe help someone.
Oh, really? Very well. You can help me with this bunch of stones.
Vincent tries to push the trolley, but fails to do it. It's too heavy.
That's a bit too heavy for a lady.
I thought you were a man.
So, would you please show me around?
Yes, Your Eminence. This is our mine and we work here every day. You're gonna laugh if you know our weekly pay. Welcome, I'm your guide today. Do you wanna feel like you can fly? You should try our first exhibit. This rusty, creaking, squeaking cage, the most popular way to die.
Do you maybe have stairs?
Close your eyes, put your childish fears on hold. Down in the underworld. Look at this miner who can barely stand. He's the king of this tiny piece of land, chopping with his trembling hand. And the working day has just begun, yet the sun has not arisen. When you pray next time, pray first for him, 'cause he is the oldest one.
How old is he?
He's 45. The good thing is we'll never be too old down in this underworld. If you have ever heard of Russian roulette, 6 chambers and 1 bullet, there's not too much threat. Here you put your life upon the devil's wheel, but you don't have to worry if God has set you here for real. Just make sure it's so.
This is our mine and we work here every day. It's a grave where the lost ones still decay.
Don't you wanna run away?
For Jesus,
For Jesus, you can turn this coal to gold. If you're Jesus, here in this underworld.
Enter Michel, pushing the supervisor forward while holding a knife to his throat. Leave me alone, you pea-brained brat!
Shut your mouth!
Michel pushes the supervisor.
Michelle, what the hell are you doing?
Who is this girl?
Don't you do that, Michelle! Leave him alone and give me the knife.
Mama, you don't understand. The tables turn, now I command. Justice will prevail, the devil's calling. No compromise, no peaceful talks. My father died here under rocks. He pushed me hard when they started falling. Will you return him, raise him from the dead? I should have laid here buried instead. So you will die too. The next to die is you.
Michelle, do what I said now.
You're acting like nothing happened, Mama.
I've cried my eyes out if you want to know. Night after night, but during the day, we must be strong. You must be strong.
Bullshit! Jump! One supervisor more or less, not a big deal.
The less the better.
Send him down the shaft.
Send him down to
hell. Send him so he knows it well. You know how to kill. You know how to bury.
You'll be put in jail for many decades.
That would be a life of luxury. Wait! We need to undress him first! I call his shoes!
I'll take the helmet.
Quiet!
Look what we got here. A priest. Stand back and pray for the soul of this jerk.
Don't leave the blame for one man.
Your wisdom only makes me sick. You've hardly ever held a pick, but you still pretend that you can teach me. Falling rocks, a methane blast, dying slow or dying fast. What do you prefer? Don't try to reach me. At any given moment we may die. Before it's like, look up and see our tiny little sky. But you will die first. You'll die to quench my thirst.
Michelle,
You will be dead soon.
I know how it feels to lose a father.
Oh, you do?
It's not your fault that your father had to leave us. You're not to blame that you've been chosen to live on. Time will heal your wounds. Find the courage, let him rest in peace. You go and hug your mom.
It's not my fault.
It's not your
that
fault.
This unfair world is broken.
You're
I'm
not
to
to
blame for being chosen to live on. I
can shine the light.
There's so much I have to say and do.
The world needs people like you.
The world needs me and you.
So, no lynching?
No!
If the girl lets you go right now, would you be kind to forget this unpleasant incident?
Forget? She was about to kill me.
I'll strangle you with my bare hands if you utter one word about this.
Unpleasant incident.
That would convince me for sure.
The show is over! Jesus, we're still waiting for our goals!
Miner gives Vincent a piece of coal. Michelle lets the supervisor go. Madame Vanderbrook approaches Michelle quickly and takes the knife away from Michelle.
Don't you ever do that to me again. Your Eminence, come around and be our guest tonight.
Yes, please, Father.
Vincent.
Father Vincent.
Just Vincent.
Back in Theo's office, Joanna is waiting for Theo. He enters with a letter in his hands.
Damn, neither de Bach nor Weissenbruck in common. Such a shame. They influenced Vincent enormously. Wouldn't you be interested to see the fruits of your mentorship?
Well, what about Gauguin?
No, you must be somewhere in the Pacific. He always is.
Theo, you have to unwind, have rest. You're so uneasy, too anxious to do several difficult things at a time. It's not good for your health.
Joanna, darling, don't you understand? My brother sacrificed his life, everything he had, and everything he could have to produce masterpieces that would change the world. We're on the verge of something big. I must play my tiny part in this process. And I'm fairly okay, my dear, so where were we? Oh, yes. They invited Vincent home.
Theo, have a break from the story and from everything you do. We can continue tomorrow.
We shift to the Vanderbrooks' home. Enter Madame Vanderbrook, Michelle, and Vincent.
You could have become a murderer today. I can't even wrap my mind around that.
I know, Mama.
Supervisors are jerks, that's for sure. But the blood on our family's name? Papa would never approve that.
I
No.
know, Mama.
And you even got hurt.
I know, it's
Let
the
me look.
knife. I'll be
Oh,
fine.
you need a tourniquet. Wait.
Madame Vanderbrook tears a small rag off her clothes and binds up the wound.
Ouch.
Here you go.
Dad would do better.
You should see a doctor. You have a hospital in town, don't you?
Hospital. We do have a hospital.
Well, they only take those on the verge of death.
It's extremely tiny. Well, when Louis was alive, he would treat us. God, he had a talent, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he had a huge medical encyclopedia. I mean, we still keep it.
I thought your father was a miner.
Everybody in this town is a miner. But he kind of loved medicine.
But how ridiculous is it that the hospital is not accessible? You're saying it's tiny. We can find some space. How many miners may need medical help?
Maybe 20 or 50?
Let me think. The house for preachers where I'm residing has 4 bedrooms.
4?
That house is really gorgeous.
2 terraces, a living room, a kitchen, a storage room, a prayer room. I think it can serve better as a hospital.
Very well, and where will you live?
Oh, he can live with us.
Well, I
don't really want to bother you.
Why not? The attic is vacant.
Well, yeah, why not? The attic is yours, unless you snore at night.
No, nothing I'm aware of. Can I see that huge encyclopedia?
Madame Vandenbroek takes a huge tome from a shelf and gives it to Vincent.
So, let's try to help someone.
Doctor, I'm in pain in my tooth. Will I live with just for them? Please tell me the truth.
Heal me, doctor. I've got pain in my chest. Touch me if you need to, and get me undressed.
Tell me, doctor, what to do with my head. The ache has got much worse. It feels like I'm halfway dead. Save me, doctor. Got an itch in my pants. Can we go to a private place?
Yes, this might be a confession case.
Heal me, doctor, heal me completely. Smile at me sweetly. And I'll swallow all the pills you prescribe. Doctor, heal me with passion. Treat me with love. Be my guardian angel sent from above.
Very well, so you, a pastor, are going to treat them, am I right?
I guess I can. With Michelle. Shouldn't be too hard. We've got a very informative book.
Various miners approach Vincent to be treated.
Look. See that black tooth? You need no dental school to figure out the problem. Pass me a removal tool.
Touch me, doctor. I've got
Regular cold. Mustard, plaster, syrup, cabbage, root, and be bold. Fever can be treated with tea. Twice a day with meadow sweet, and come back to me. Oh, in your case, is where progress has stalled. My advice is not to whine. Just say a prayer until it's fine.
Heal me, doctor, cure my infections. Give me injections. I will have no objections at all. Doctor, I've got some interest. Treat me with care. And we'll understand each other, I swear.
And you're damn sure you can cure any disease.
To the best of my knowledge.
Doctor, are you dealing with mental health issues?
Mental health?
Listen, doctor, I'm really depressed. Nightmares and anxiety, I'm getting obsessed. I was doing all my best to get rest.
Did you...
No, my prayers didn't work. What could you suggest?
Try to limit working hours to 10. Take a deep breath and repeat it time and again. Then you need to loosen up and just cry.
Cry just like a baby does.
Yes?
Well, thank you. I'll try.
Heal me, doctor, heal me with passion. Show your compassion. I will swallow all the pills you prescribe. Doctor, I've got some traumas.
much more than saints. We'll be waiting for you, knock on our doors. Heal me, treat me, cure me, save me, doctor, I'm yours.
Van Gogh's living room. Mother enters decorating the Christmas tree.
Pink and blue, so nicely ornamented. Baubles will glow in the night, green and white, so innocently scented. Pine needles will smell in the night, little things. They make up our life, beige and bronze, candlesticks and candles, cutlery spotlessly clean, red and green, some stockings for our fireplace, a picture of us in between, little things, they keep us alive, more light. Light is so important. Yellow, green, purple, blue, orange, red. I might get back to my drawings, to my drawings.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, darling.
Cornelis sent us a Christmas postcard.
Oh, that's wonderful. We'll send him one in response.
Apparently I must.
Write something nice.
I know. But how?
Oh, let me.
Yes, but I've got more experience. Do you understand my job is not being nice?
Oh, it's not. Dear Cornelis.
Well, that's too nice. Well, just tell him we're all right.
Oh, he asked how your work is.
My work is great. Also right, it's been forever since the last time I saw him in church.
Oh, then he says he'd love to come, but he's extremely busy.
Busy? With what?
Oh, on Christmas Eve, they all go crazy with presents. Oh, and apparently paintings are in high demand.
A society-oriented kind of work.
As you may have guessed, we've raised some money. And I'm proud to inform you that a substantial sum was donated to your church in Eton.
Money! Does he know, I wonder, that there are more important matters than money? It's strange, isn't it?
What?
It's strange that I am the only one of all 5 brothers who carries on our father's mission. Apparently, people's salvation is an empty word to them. Instead, they're busy with mundane things like art.
Do you want me to write down all of these?
No. Just tell them I'm all right.
Oh, he says they plan a trip to Switzerland and Italy. Oh, how marvelous! When will we go, Theodore?
Yeah, certainly not Italy. Well, they're all Catholics over there. Now, why these colors?
Pink and blue? You don't like it, do you?
Why not red and green?
I thought it would resemble all previous Christmases.
It could be white.
Let's just tell them we're all right.
There's a knock at the door.
Should be Theo. Why is he knocking?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Father Thomas. Please come in. It's been a while.
I won't take up too much of your time.
No, you're more than welcome at our table. How was your trip to London? Tell us some news from abroad.
What brings me here is Vincent. When I arrived, I expected to find some letters from him, but he appears to have forgotten me and his failed exam.
He told us that he did so well on the exam that you immediately assigned him to a mission.
Well, no. He actually failed the exam and begged me to assign him to a mission against my better judgment.
Not just a stubborn, peculiar little rebel, he's a liar. Please have a seat.
They sit at the table.
But I was certain he would be kicked out of the town much sooner. I'm afraid to speculate what happened to him in that doomed place.
What do you mean?
I mean, the last preacher to go there has vanished without a trace, and the one before him...
You know what? I bet his correspondence with Theo is still regular. Give me a minute.
Father leaves temporarily and returns in a moment with a letter.
Here, this one is the latest, I guess. 18th of December.
What? You can't read other people's letters.
Other people, they're our sons.
What's there? Oh, give it to me.
To read it aloud, just...
Now at last I've got time to write. It's been hard all these days. I've not a minute to spare. First of all, now I'm living in an attic. It's cozy, though needs some repair. Now
Well, go on.
Now the frost has got more severe. But it's warmer in church, so some patients live there. I'm their friend, I'm their pastor, I'm their doctor. Together we fight with despair.
Oh, Lord. That's exactly what I was afraid of. To be honest, the house of God is something you respect.
Respect and worship.
But nothing is appearing to be sacred for him. He's shaming us, that's what he did again. I must go there and I have to find out.
We will find out.
I'll restore the honor of our church.
We will restore.
I will find out how he's done his job. He cannot afford to fail again.
I pray that he will come back home.
He must repent to save his soul.
I'll fix what's got out of control.
Amen.
Vincent and Michelle are sitting on a bench in the church. The miners sit on the floor on the other side of the church by a candle, warming themselves up.
Anton Chesnokov draws tons of cows, like every second painting. And they are, believe me, the best cows you will ever encounter in your entire life. He is a great artist.
It is not likely that I will encounter any paintings at all, only real cows. But you, Vincent, why are you preaching in this godforsaken place? Do you really believe in all that?
Oh yes, I do. Why are you asking? It's my job.
Because it's clear you must deal with art.
It is what it is. It's unlikely I have a real talent.
Well, who told you that?
Well, isn't it obvious? If I were a painter, I would have known. If I were like Rembrandt, if I were Millet, I'd feel like I'm free. I'd show you a lot, but it's clear that I'm not.
Stop lying to me.
Why would I?
Paint me a portrait.
You don't want it.
Oh, I do.
No, you don't. Nobody would.
But it won't hurt to try.
Actually, I already did.
Vincent takes a piece of paper with the portrait of Michelle from his coat pocket.
I just didn't want you to.
Oh, she seizes the portrait.
Well, that's interesting.
She rotates the piece of paper as if she doesn't understand what the orientation is of the painting.
Give it to me.
It's all about mastering the skills, Vincent. Like when you did mine, or like when you mine or put a tourniquet on, you have to surrender to the process to succeed, don't you agree? Stop giggling, I'm being serious. If I were you and I had a chance to leave this doomed town, I wouldn't wait a minute. And I would paint. Are there any schools where they teach you to paint?
Oh yes, very many. I hate schools though. Did you go to school?
Mine is our school. You're 6 years old, you go and put coal in the trolleys. You're 10, they give you a pick. And you mine, and you mine, and you mine, and mine until you die. In a blast.
You've just coughed up blood. That's not good at all.
I am fine, take it easy.
How long has that been happening?
For some time, but never tell Mama.
But it might be consumption. We have to do something about it.
Please don't. Please, and don't you ever tell Mama, especially on Christmas Eve. Promise me.
Tomorrow we'll go to the hospital. I'll tear that damn building down if they try to refuse to examine your lungs.
Madame Vanderbroek enters carrying a big pot.
Here I am. That should be enough for all of us.
She fills a cup of mulled wine from the pot and gives it to Michelle.
Taste it. It's the first time I've made it without Louis.
Dad would love it.
This should help us get through the winter. Hey, folks, go get some mulled wine before it cools down.
The company gathers around the pot.
Thank you, madam.
That's all we need.
The miner spills wine on the table, notices the Bible, tears a page from it to wipe it up.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Have some respect.
Respect? To what?
To the book.
I don't give a shit.
That doesn't mean you're allowed to trample the Holy Scripture.
Oh, I'm not allowed. And what will you do to me?
No way. You won't spoil our celebration. You're not allowed, neither of you.
Celebration.
Isn't it good we can all be here together? Why didn't we use this church before?
Because it's a church.
I know it's a church. But even if God existed, wouldn't he want us to gather here and get through difficult times together? I think I have a toast.
Oh, no.
If the night is dark and cold, there's a secret to be told. Find a spark inside to turn the night to day. Now it's Christmas at the doors. Put aside your needless worry. All the troubles rage and scurry melt away. We should never keep apart. Let us share one beating heart and unite no matter how it's cold outside. We've got candles to get warm. It's a God's place, but we rent it. As the saying goes, his arms are open wide.
One more winter to survive, it doesn't scare us anymore. If our voices still blend to make a song, for even hardest times are not so hard when you know where you belong. Amen.
I cooked some potatoes. I guess everyone is up for Christmas dinner?
Hell yes!
The biggest yes in the world.
Vincent, can you do me a favor? I couldn't take both pots with me.
Absolutely.
Don't know about you, but I love Christmas. I don't believe in magic, but for some reason, this day just feels magical to me. There must have been something in that Jesus if people still celebrate his birth, because otherwise, why? Magic. Nothing else.
Oh no, look at our lives! Look at your life! Louis passed away. Sorry to bring that up. If anything changes, it's always for the worst.
Yeah, Vincent helps us. Jesus doesn't.
He doesn't.
If God wanted us to believe in him, he could at least appear in the sky and wave at us with his big hand. If those hands managed to create the world, if you know what I mean. But even so, we wouldn't notice him.
That's right. It's just a tiny piece of sky with insight when you're mining in the underworld.
What the hell are you doing here?
Chill out, little girl.
I'm not a little girl, you moron. Get out!
I have an important announcement to all of you. Really important matter. You surely know what happened in Marcinelle.
Marcinelle?
Another mining town about 50 kilometers from here.
We haven't heard anything.
No way, it's been a furor recently after miners have found gold.
What?
You hear me, they found it. They did. Which means...
Oh, there is gold in our mine too.
Exactly. Which means...
Liar! Do you really think I can believe a crook like you?
Shh, Michelle, let him finish.
Thank you. Which means you can become very rich. And if you don't believe, you can go to Marcinelle and see it with your own eyes.
50 kilometers?
Well, alternatively, instead of wasting your time, you can go and mine some gold.
That sounds good.
For your information, one piece of gold is worth more than 10,000 similar pieces of gold.
Holy shit, that's awesome!
Don't waste your time, folks. Merry Christmas. Vincent enters with a pot of potatoes.
Merry Christmas?
Potato?
What did he say?
Long story short, we'll be damn rich.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you were dead right, Your Eminence. No more talking. Let's not waste any time.
I don't trust him. They will find a way to fool you.
But what if he's right? Just imagine, my love. Let the thought inside your mind of a future we may find. We've been working hard and this is our reward. We will start our life from scratch. Air is fresh instead of dusty, and our food no longer musty. Come on board. There's a world outside our town. We will go there, settle down, and you'll never have to take your pick again. Let's turn the page. The sun will shine, we'll eat ice cream. Forget your troubles, rage and scurry. Fulfill our dreams.
We have suffered many years. We have exhausted all our tears. Now the time has come to get what we deserve. We'll find a gold reserve down in the mine. From now on, we'll live just fine.
Back in Theo's office. Theo is sleeping. Lights come up on Johanna.
Time and again, you're remembering him. Sometimes it seems like we are three. In every word and every gesture, you reveal your deepest grief. If only I could be your baby. Yes, I know we love each other. Is it just my childish will? Will I be able to replace your brother? Can anyone compete with him? Did I support? Did I comfort you? Who was the one to dry the tears? The ghost of Vincent is around us, but please, Theo, look at me. Don't think I'm selfish. I want to set you free. Sunny day or stormy weather. What does state a wedding vow? That we're in sickness and in health together. I must redeem the loss, but how? Your eyes went out, your hair went gray, you're getting older day by day. Yes, you have been really close for all your life, but you've chosen me to be your wife. Or do I ask too much? Was there something wrong on my end?
Johanna, my darling, I fell asleep. How long have I been sleeping?
Not long enough.
I feel much better. Where did we stop?
Christmas Eve. He invited you to come for Christmas.
Oh, yes. I was busy, I couldn't make a call. So he promised to draw all that he saw and then send the sketches to me. Then I have realized, totally hypnotized, we'll be seeing arts turned inside out. His lines were so sharp and strong, I knew they could not be wrong. He must be a painter, there's no doubt. He had a wild imagination, but no proper education. So I asked Mauvais for some advice. I showed him sketches. His reaction was quite nice. Here's what Mauvais said to me. I didn't know that your brother is a painter. I didn't have a clue that lines could be so strong. He can shine a light if you're ready for a sacrifice.
Is that true, Theo? Anton Mauvais said that about me?
He also mentioned he had a place for one student starting next spring, and if you're interested in him as your mentor, you should send the best stuff you have by April, so he can choose just one candidate.
Am I interested in Mauvais as my mentor? Beyond impossible.
You can do that, but you'll have to acquire some skills.
Theo, I wish everyone had a brother like you.
You can shine a light, unleash the secret gift you've got.
Could that be possible? He called me a painter. It's hard to believe, but he loved my irregular lines. Maybe he's right. What if he's right? Isn't that marvelous? I can be a painter. Did I know that from the start? But I've got my duty, my mission, my people who are kind to believe in me.
We have suffered.
Isn't that obvious? I can be a painter. Did I know that from the start?
It won't hurt to try.
We have suffered many years, we have exhausted all our tears. The time has come to get what we deserve.
Warm their hearts.
Find the gold reserve down in the mine. Thanks to God, we'll live just fine. I pray that he will come back home.
He must repent to save his soul.
I'll fix what's got out of control.
I can be a painter.
It won't hurt to try.
Shine a light.
Don't think I'm selfish.
One more winter to survive.
Amen!
There's a massive blast.
Jesus Christ! The mine exploded!
Where's the damn supervisor?
Oh, everybody stay away from the mine. If your relatives are inside, I'm sorry, but don't try to rescue them on your own. Vincent sees a dead body. He sits down and leans towards it to make sure he's dead. He takes off his pastor's suit and covers the dead body with it. looks above. Lights out. End of Act 1. We will take a short intermission. Let's just take 5 photos.
Thank you. Five. Well, I actually had
is sitting at his table looking at paintings and letters. Vincent is in the Borinage.
It's getting hard to find. So hard to find the answers. The answers are obscure. Can someone reassure me? Something clicked and all went bad. I can't lose what I once had. The price that they all pay as higher than they borrow. I used to kneel to pray, but will not do tomorrow, 'cause something broke inside. A part of me has died. Please, God, is what happened right and fair? Please, God, give me answers if you're there. Don't know how to move on without faith that my life built upon. There's a deal we made, you remember how I made a vow. I adored our agreement, it hurts to watch it terminated now.
It's getting hard to find. So hard to find the answers. I know your life was hard. Although I failed to guard you, we did share our common goal. Why did you give up your role? Don't know how to move on without someone my life's built upon. For so many years, was it my fault? Did I fail my part? You have chosen to be parted. Do you know your bullets hurt another heart?
Candles cannot shed its light forever.
We dream so big.
There's always wind and rain to put it out.
We're on the verge of success.
To move on, I've got to protect my flame from those who want me to fail. Now it's time to move on, find another things to build upon. There's a world to escape to, the world of art,
the world of your art.
Let's try to see what's there. Let's move on.
How are you?
Terrific. Well, let's move on.
Back at the mine, Madame Vanderbrook and the company enter.
Everybody, listen up.
Good God, where have you been?
To Marcinelle. I spoke to people out there, and you know what? They don't have a clue about any gold.
What?
I was running all the way back. 5 hours. Damn.
So it was just all a scam?
Oh, they lied to us to make us work harder. And what did we get? Gold? No. Death. A massive blast. Dozens of victims, and among them our friends, relatives, neighbors. The time has come to defend ourselves. Time for a strike.
Oh, I go for it.
I lost my friend in that blast.
That's...
Here he is. Get him.
Yeah.
This time you won't get away with it.
Hey, listen.
Let's hang him here and now.
Let's burn him in his house.
Let's bury him alive.
Send him down the shaft. Send him down to hell.
They take the supervisor and put a rope around his neck.
What the hell is going on here?
It's a strike, don't you see? Step back.
Oh Lord, who are you, an ugly boy?
Father Thomas pushes Michelle.
Don't you ever touch her.
Van Gogh, explain yourself now.
It's a strike, Father Thomas, don't you see?
Instead of doing your job, you take part in violent protests and lynch people. Let him go. Let him go.
The company releases the supervisor.
I have done my job. At last, they are brave enough to speak up and protest. Do you know how many people died in the explosion? I'm sure you don't. Because you don't give a damn.
They died because you were sinful. This is a town of godless, vicious, flogged pagans. They will feel the Lord's anger, and you. No one who is sane would ever trust you, and you know it. No one deals with lunatics like you.
No one deals with lunatics.
But I have sent you here, a huge mistake.
May God forgive you.
I thought that's what a Christian had to do.
Not always.
What have you paid me in return? Instead of gratitude, you burn, you trample, you defile our reputation. You shame the good name of the church, your father, all these men.
And women.
And now you're fired once again.
If only I cared.
Hands off our pastor.
Yeah.
I'll speak to your father. John, I'm giving this job to you. Be proud. From now on, you are the preacher here in this town.
Me? But Father
It's a privilege,
Thomas.
John. You understand. I'll accept no excuse.
No way! Take the door.
Clear the street, you moronic pagans!
Oh,
God damn.
Go away.
can you leave?
Father Thomas, they want us to go away.
I can hear what they're saying. You idiot. Do your job, and I'll do mine. I'll see you later.
Yes, Father.
We can't wait
We can't wait
anymore.
anymore.
Our lives are still in danger.
This
is what we're fighting for. A strike is a war, and we've got to act, or how otherwise will we make an impact? We'll show them we are stronger than before. We deserve some respect and compensation. We are open to a peace negotiation, but the corporation never gives a damn.
I've been working like a dog.
Working hard just like a cog in this bloody, rotten,
Big corrupt machine.
Oh, okay, clear the street and return to your homes. Otherwise, measures may be taken.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I think he's serious.
There's not too much that we demand, so do your best to understand. For every death we need a compensation.
we need extended holidays.
We need respect.
We need a raise.
Our current pay is just humiliation. Until my life is safe, I will not make a step below. We are humans, you must treat us so.
Clear the street and don't test my patience.
You're better off dead. You're better off dead.
The supervisor shoots into the air. Jean screams and
Ah!
runs away. The company marches toward the supervisor and he has to retreat.
Speak when thus it's our final warning.
Otherwise,
My advice not to wake up in the morning. 'Cause we'll come and we will fight. We will battle hand in hand, and we'll get what we demand. Until my life is safe, I will not make a step below. We are humans, you must treat us so.
In the Van Gogh's dining room, father and mother are sitting at the table when Father Thomas enters without knock.
Father Thomas.
My dreadful concerns weren't groundless when what I saw exceeded my most gloomy expectations.
Is Vincent all right?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. Your son is now the leader of a strike.
Strike.
Just imagine. They don't pray, they don't go to church, they don't even work anymore. The whole town is protesting.
Against what?
If only I knew. They would do anything to justify their sloth, and that's why a community needs a tower of strength. A good pastor, but they were unlucky to get your son.
I beg your pardon, Father Thomas, but you're talking about my son.
And what's more, he dared to insult me the way no one has ever done in my whole life, in public, in front of all those pagans.
Minors?
Yes, minors.
So, what happened?
I fired him, obviously. But it doesn't appear he rushed home. He'd rather lynch innocent people on the streets.
I'm sorry. What?
That's beyond my comprehension. Is he sane? At all?
Apparently not. The problem is that only you, as his parents, can do something about it. You raised him as a tactless, derogatory, spoiled child. Your responsibility
Father Thomas,
is to change it.
I am
No
so-
more words. Enough of this empty talk. You take action if you want to retain your position in the church.
Consider it done, Father Thomas.
All the very best.
So what is the plan?
Well, I doubt Vincent will return from his mission. Theo gives him money monthly, so he'll survive even without a
I'll
job.
speak to Theo. But take into account that Father Thomas agreed on Vincent's mental instability. I've always known he's not sane. But what if we find a good mental hospital for him? That would actually explain many things.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You have an alternative? Guess you don't. Who knows? It might very well be the best for him.
Unbelievable. Was he serious about it?
I reckon he was completely serious. So now we have come to where we started, the potato eaters. As I said, Vincent desperately desired to get Mauvais's invitation, and so he would spend hours improving his drawing technique. But one day he got a special idea.
Are you okay?
No. It feels like I don't know.
Oh, you need a doctor.
No need to.
Send for a doctor!
Darling, don't you worry.
Theo, get into bed, and then you will tell me.
At the Vanderbrook's home, Madame Vanderbrook, Michelle, and the miners are sitting at the table pretending to eat potatoes while Vincent is sitting in front of them, painting them.
Is there any chance we'll finish before the sunrise?
It's almost done.
Oh, you said that an eternity ago.
Time stood still.
Sorry, I had to change your nose.
Listen to what he knows.
And done.
Hallelujah. Now we can eat.
The miners eat their potatoes.
Did it finally happen? Have I found it?
What?
The heart of peasants. Potato. A symbol of poverty. That's the right way to capture the life of peasants who eat their own potato that they grew with their own hands.
Show me.
Who is who?
Oh, I guess this is you, Mama.
Very well. She doesn't look like me at all. But it feels like me and no one else. These lines are so sharp and edgy. These lines don't lie.
That's exactly what I was trying to achieve. The lines are strong like you. They are straight, not curved. For nothing's ever bent you.
And that's what art is about.
Absolutely. That's the one and the only goal of art. Why capture appearance? It's here, it's in sight. But the core is in there, in your heart.
So you're leaving tomorrow?
I am. In the morning. Thank you for being so kind to me.
No, thank you, Vincent. So, what are you gonna do when you're back? Paint?
I hope.
Don't forget us, Vincent. Don't know about them, but
I'm glad I know you.
Me too. Me too.
We must admit something. I don't pretend to be a good man.
No one who spent time with me would ask for more.
No, no.
But since you have come, looks like I've become
Better than I was before.
We don't pretend to be good people. Tomorrow you will leave, but we will stay. We'll never be like you, but let's hope we'll do better than we do today.
So you'll leave tomorrow? And what will you do then?
Probably paint.
Don't forget us. Tomorrow I'm beginning to work again. Yes, Michelle, we're starving. I'm starving. I've had enough. Nothing will change. Didn't they say they have no budget for improving our conditions?
But they lie all the time.
3 months. It's been 3 months. And what have we got? This whole idea has never been any good.
You may be right. I'm quitting as well.
It's quite hard, isn't it, to live without a common goal, without any hope for salvation, for real life. That gold was our religion.
By the way, I am very sorry to interrupt. Regarding the salvation, is there anybody in here who's up for an evening sermon? Starts in 5. Nobody? I see.
Go to
This will
hell.
be fun. This will be nice indeed.
I have to go home.
Yes. Such a long day.
Let's enjoy every feather in our pillows and dream about us getting many kilos. But the night goes by so fast, and the new day starts again, a day from scratch.
So, looks like we're returning to the underworld.
You should tell. Now,
Tell what?
Michelle can't work in the mine anymore.
I've got consumption, Mama.
Michelle saw a doctor in the hospital. He examined her lungs, said she should stop breathing dusty
Or
air.
otherwise I may die.
That's damn horrible news.
Michelle should go with me.
What?
I'm serious. Michelle should go with me to Eton. She can stay with my parents at first, and then she can find a job.
But I can't leave Mama behind.
Consumption is not a cold. It's much more.
He's right. If the situation is critical.
Critical enough.
Very well, then. In that case, you should go, my dear.
Mama, I can't go without you.
I'll be fine. Be sure of it. Maybe when this damn consumption goes away.
I will return, I promise.
My dear, we'll see. But when you go, don't look back.
I love you, Mama.
Let's see what we can put in your bag. Your first trip in your life.
Madame Vanderbroek and Michelle leave. Vincent is busy with his paintings when Jean approaches.
How did you do that?
Do what?
Establish rapport with them.
That was tricky and painful. Get under their skin. That's the best advice I can give.
Jean exits, and Vincent looks at the paintings that he did for Mauvais.
Pink and blue, a sky before a sunset, slowly gives way to the night, blue and white. Almond trees in blossom, awakening hope and delight. Now I've found what I'm looking for, gray and brown, a still life of a peasant, trapped in his daily routine, yellow-green, sunflowers on a windowsill. They hope that the sky is serene. At last I found what I'm looking for, and the light is all yours till it's gone. So the process goes on, and it tempts you, it traps you, it owns you, it traps you, and then you surrender to the hurricane, and there's no more pain, no wind or rain. That's the best I can give you, Anton Chesnokov. Pink and blue, yellow, green, purple, blue, orange, red. That's what I want and more, a key to that secret door, to finally know what I'm for.
In Goupol's shop, Theo is at the cash desk and Father enters.
Oh, Theo. I've been looking for you all day.
What's wrong?
I've come for good reason. You surely keep on exchanging letters with Vincent?
Yes.
And you surely have noticed the change in Vincent's state of his health.
Health?
I mean, he's always been stubborn and sometimes rude, but now he's as you know, he's a lunatic. Of course. He's fully insane.
I don't think so.
He's a psychopath. Did you know he was trying to lynch a man?
You're kidding.
No, ask Father Thomas. Why on earth do you send him money?
Because he needs it.
For his own sake, we have to find a mental hospital for him.
That's not an option. He's just different from
Tramples
others.
our name, our good reputation. Think of your family.
I need to work.
But what if Father was right and you all should have helped Vincent earlier? Who knows? Maybe his story would be different.
Vincent was a lunatic only because everybody put this label on him. Only because they couldn't understand him.
You're not to blame for anything, Theo. You did everything right. A doctor will come today.
What? No, please. We talked about it.
Theo, please. He says you need 3 weeks of proper therapy and you'll get well.
But he's a psychiatrist.
Only 3 weeks.
No, darling, please.
With a matter like this, it's foolish to wait. Theo, listen to me before it's too late. Don't try to refuse to discuss. You think you control, but no, you have lost it. You're clearly exhausted. Please do that for us. Look at a bright side. There's always a bright side. You know that I'm here to help. All that I want is to help. There is no shame. Don't think you're to blame.
No, these lines don't lie. Please tell me why you had to die.
A matter like this must not be delayed. We all may come across a tough choice to be made. Don't try to refuse to discuss. Some rules will be rules that have no exceptions. Forget misconceptions and do that for us. Think of our family, it's all for our family. You know that I'm here to help. All that I want is to help. There is no shame, don't think you're to blame.
No, his lines don't lie. Please tell me why you had to die.
Think of your family. I am here to
In the Van Gogh's dining room, Mother is sitting at the table reading when Vincent enters with Michelle.
Good morning, Mama. I'm home.
Vincent? Oh, God, you're back.
Mama, this is Michelle. She lived in the Borinage and,
Oh, look at you. You're dressed in rags, covered with ingrained dirt.
it's cold.
It was nice to meet you, Michelle. Well, welcome.
Oh, welcome. Well, welcome.
Father, this is Michelle. Michelle, this is my father.
Nice
Oh,
to meet
you must be hungry after the long way.
We are. Thank you, Mama.
But shower first. Let's go, Michelle. I'll give you a bar of soap.
Father,
So, sit down. Make yourself at home. Tea?
I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us.
Tell what?
Everything. How's life? We haven't seen each other for several months. How's the work?
You know how my work is.
I do indeed. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
I think it's great. At last, I don't have to live in a trap of self-delusion. Don't have to justify my actions in front of the mirror. I can finally be me and
What?
paint.
Paint. Didn't you paint before?
I was sketching, pretending to paint. Because some people around me, including you, made me think I had no talent. But now I've got the antidote to your poison, and I can dedicate all my time to this craft.
And how do you think you'll support your new girl?
She is
Is
not...
she pregnant?
No. Why do you... I see. I get it. She's not a prostitute.
She looks like you
Father.
picked her up on the street.
She's been mining coal for more than 10 years. That is why. You can't even imagine the life of a working class.
Yeah, regarding your talent, did your new friends from the mine, who never saw painting, tell you you have talent? Or was it Beauvais who wrote you a letter?
Father shows a letter to Vincent.
What? Give that to me.
We haven't finished. You can't just quit your pastorhood. You made a lifetime vow. Do you realize how serious it is?
I had to leave it in the past. I'm moving on.
Oh, you're moving on.
Give me the letter.
You'll get your letter when you apologize to Father Thomas.
No way.
If you really want to live in self-delusion, you'd better realize you have no talent, and nobody will ever pay you money for your trash.
I don't care. I despise your opinion. You are no longer a reference to me.
Look at yourself. What have you become? It's pathetic to see how far you have fallen.
You're not a teacher to me.
It's pathetic to see that you won't even repent. I can see we have lost you completely. It's pathetic to see the result of all effort and time invested in you. But the first thing you'll do is apologize for your insult.
hour. I guess that layer of dirt will take hours. What's happening here?
You have to kneel
All your
and ask
life,
for
you're obsessed with your
forgiveness
good name.
sake
You're
of
scared
the
to death of what
family.
people might think.
If that
It still means everything to you.
That's what a Christian must do.
You've no idea what it means to be a Christian.
Vincent!
You're talking nonsense.
There is no home where they hate. I'd rather roam for the rest of my
Now
life.
it is clear. Get out!
Stop!
Vincent quickly approaches his father and seizes the letter. Vincent and father stare at each other, and Vincent exits.
What have you done?
It explains many things. Don't you see who he is? It will explain so many things.
At Gopal's shop, Vincent enters and reads from the envelope.
From Anton Mauvais to Vincent van Gogh. Dear Vincent, no, I can't.
He puts the letter aside.
What if he doesn't want to waste time for a student like me? Can I bear a rejection? Shouldn't I care if my chance is great or small? I stake my life after all.
Vincent takes an easel and puts it in the center of the stage.
Surrender to the process and paint, paint, paint. Paint, paint, paint. Paint, paint, paint. Till you faint, faint, faint. Surrender to the brush, the canvas and oil. And rush, rush, rush. Paint, paint, paint. Till the room is on fire. Time is a liar. You don't have any of it. Paint, paint, paint. Till you faint, faint, faint. Don't fear your obsession. It's now your profession. Test your restraint. Stay hungry and paint, paint, paint. It takes you, it wraps you, it owns you, it traps you, and then you surrender to the hurricane. And there's no more pain. These lines don't lie. Paint, paint, paint. Till you faint, faint, faint. The canvas is white. Why wait another day? Fight, fight, fight. Paint, paint, paint. Till you faint, faint, faint. Unleash your desire. Go higher and higher. Unlock your fantasies and paint, paint, paint. Till you faint, faint, faint. Your life's getting meager, but it helps you stay eager. You'll learn to starve, for now creation is your only obligation. Your imagination is your only legislation. It's all about your hard work and determination, all about devotion and concentration. Dear Vincent, I hope my letter finds you in good health. What time would you be able to come to The Hague? My address is... Oh my God. God bless my obsession. Forgive my possession. I never became a saint. Forgive me. The only right way for me is to paint.
Vincent continues to paint. Theo enters looking ill.
Vincent came to the art shop after his fight with Father. He told me he was accepted and was leaving to The Hague immediately. I'm not sure he saw Father again. I promised him to always stay by his side, and I stayed. I took care of Michelle. I taught her accounting, and now she works in Paris. Johanna, my dear, you'll have to take over my duty to bring Vincent to the world. You'll meet resistance on your way, but you'll succeed. I know that. I know.
Theo puts his head on Johanna's knees, and slowly the company begins to come together.
This is the day, that glorious day, when Vincent's beginning his fight. The haters will hate, the critics will turn away.
Darkness will turn into light.
The next generation will break the damnation.
He won't have a franc, no checks in the bank.
Moreover, he won't even care.
A painting per day,
Don't care what they'll say.
He'll work on his own.
completely alone.
But no way he'll give up his dream.
This is your story.
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 This is my story!
Which I will spend the rest of my life writing.
We'll live like a pariah, but for artists a messiah.
Time will pass before we'll sell your works.
We proclaim that you become a painter of our tiny little sky.
The end. Congrats to all of you. Take a bow. Thank you to Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, everyone.
And applause for the writer.
Anton!
Anton!
We love you, Anton!